Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Live with Mel. The CDC and the FDA have released a joint statement about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Now, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is the single-dose vaccine that was recently put out on the market. Now, the CDC and the FDA have released this joint statement. So they released this statement together stating that they believe that there should be a pause in administering this vaccine. Now, the reason for the pause is because of a rare blood clot. Now, this blood clot, the cerebral venous sinus thrombosis, is extremely rare, but it is popping up in patients who have received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Now, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, like I said before, is the single dose vaccine. It is just one shot and done. But people who have received the vaccine have stated that there's something going on. Now, even though it has come out that there is something going on, that these blood clots are happening, it is very, very rare. And of the 6.8 million doses of the vaccines that have been put out, because again, Johnson & Johnson vaccine has been administered to 6.8 million people. Only 6 women have had issues with this blood clot. 6 women have developed the cerebral venous sinus thrombosis. Now, again, that's 6 out of 6.8 million women. That's an extremely, extremely low number. But since this vaccine has not had the opportunity to go through trials, they are stating that there should be a pause in administering this vaccine. And once the CDC and the FDA had released this information, many states and cities had decided to pause the vaccine. Now, Illinois, New York, New Mexico, New Hampshire, sites in Georgia have stopped administering the vaccine, and they're trying to get the other vaccines put in place for people instead of the Johnson & Johnson. Now, this will be a big blow to the United States plan to put out the vaccines. Now, we do know the United States is trying to get every adult vaccinated, and they were able to put this plan in place and put this process in place because of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. But now, because the CDC and the FDA are stating that there should be a pause in the vaccine, there's going to be a pause in vaccinating all of the United States. And it may push back Biden's plan of getting the vaccine available to all American adults. Now, the White House is stating that they are trying to partner with states and cities to get people rescheduled. They want to get people rescheduled who are waiting for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and they're getting them rescheduled for the Pfizer or the Moderna. Now, Pfizer and Moderna are both vaccines that are available to the American people. However, the difference between Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson is Johnson & Johnson is the single-dose vaccine, and Moderna and Pfizer are 2-dose vaccines. So let's go to the comment section. Wade says, I've always said, never get version 1 of anything. And a lot of people have been saying that, and Wade is saying something that a lot of people have been saying. Now, many people have been very skeptical about getting the vaccine. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine now being essentially pulled by many places. And what do you guys think about the vaccines in general? Again, the White House has been trying to get all adults vaccinated to get life back to normal. But because of this, it is a major blow. Now, some doctors are actually not pleased about this happening. They're saying that this could delay the country greatly. By pulling Johnson & Johnson off the market, it's going to greatly delay how the American people get vaccinated. Again, the Johnson & Johnson was something that was easier for many communities, for rural communities, and for communities where people maybe can't take as many days off because it was a single dose. And trying to get Moderna and Pfizer to those people now is going to be much harder. And then Joanna says, well, it seems like there might be more to it. I'm glad they took the decision to pause the vaccine. At this time, we are test subjects and anything is possible. And again, many people are saying that they didn't want to take version one of anything like Wade. So I'm going to throw Wade's comment back up there. Wade says, I know I said I never wanted to get version one of anything. And again, many people were stating these sentiments. And it's not just the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that people have been worried about blood clots as well. There's also the AstraZeneca in the UK. Now, AstraZeneca is not being used in the United States. It is being used in the United Kingdom, but there's been a pause with that one as well because there was the threats of blood clots. But the strange thing, I think the strange things to many people is it's such a low number of people actually getting the blood clots. Now, again, it's six women out of 6.8 million people who received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in the United States have suffered from the cerebral venous. So it is strange that they're pulling it for such a low number of people. It says, my thoughts, Will Smith and I Am Legend, my dog Hank and I am ready to go. LOL. So we will see you there. You'll be driving all the sports cars. But that is an interesting comparison to what's going on now. Now, this rare blood clot is only affecting women. So out of the six people who did receive the blood clot, the six people who did suffer from the blood clot have all been women. And they are women who are between the ages of 18 to 48. And the symptoms started appearing 6 to 13 days after the single shot dose. So women are the only ones who are being affected by this. And it does seem to have an age group. But again, with numbers being so low, with only 6 women actually suffering from the cerebral venous sinus thrombosis, we don't really know. That's not really a great sample size to see who it can affect. But at this moment, it's been 6 women in the United States, and they're between the ages of 18 to 48. Now, my question to you guys is, what are your thoughts about them pulling the vaccine with only 6 people getting the cerebral venous sinus thrombosis? So Wade states, well, the same logic goes to a virus with a 99% survival rate that we shut down everything down to save everyone. Now, 6 women out of 6.8 million, and we stopped the vaccine. Something isn't right all the way around. So that is Wade's thought about that. But we'll see. When it comes to numbers, I still think that you may say 99% recovery rate, but 6 women out of 6.8 is such a low percentage. It's an extremely low percentage, but I believe that the White House, the CDC, the FDA are looking at this and they're taking it seriously and they're pausing it or recommending pausing it because there hasn't been adequate test trials. Again, this vaccine, all of the vaccines came to the market rather quickly. Now, again, they were working on other vaccines, for instance, the Ebola vaccine, and they took what they were working with there and they put it into the vaccine that they're working with now. So again, it wasn't just that these vaccines came out of thin air. They were already working on vaccines that were very similar. But these vaccines, all the vaccines, came to the market very quickly, and they didn't have adequate testing. And since things are popping up now, the White House, the CDC, the FDA are taking them seriously. And I believe that's why they're recommending the pause, because there wasn't an adequate amount of testing and there wasn't an adequate amount of test subjects. So essentially, as we're all taking the vaccines, we are running a major test trial. Now, just because the Johnson & Johnson has caused blood clots in 6 women does not mean that people will stop taking the vaccine. And the CDC, the FDA, and the White House are hoping that it does not. They're hoping that people will continue to take the vaccine. And many places are rushing to try and reschedule people who were scheduled for Johnson & Johnson and have them get either Moderna or the Pfizer vaccine. I know with New York, if people today were scheduled for Johnson & Johnson, they can still continue to go in New York because they're just going to switch it out with another vaccine. And then my grandmother, who always tunes in, thank you so much for tuning in. Grandma says, I love the background picture. Me too. It's pretty great. I'm not in the studio today, but I am somewhere working on information for you guys. So I'm not in the studio today, but I'm still coming live to bring you current events. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. And let me know what you guys think about the vaccine. Will you still be receiving the vaccine even though this is coming out? Now, again, I know people probably will not be getting the Johnson & Johnson anytime soon until there are investigations launched to see if it's what's really causing the blood clots, or maybe there's an underlying condition that's causing these 6 women to actually see the blood clots. But I'm very curious, will you still be receiving the vaccine even though the CDC and the FDA have recommended pausing administering the vaccine? Guys, let me know in the comment section below. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And again, whether you're watching live or watching later, let me know what you guys think and leave us a comment in the section below. And remember, whether we agree or disagree, it is important that we continue to have these conversations because this conversation is very, very important to have. So Wade states 0.00009 is 6 out of 6.8 million, just FYI. And it is. I actually had the numbers out as well, but just saying 6 out of 6.8 million is insane. That it's an extremely small number, Wade, and I'm not sure why why they are pausing for such a low number. And then Wade says, "We love you, Mel. Starting the wave." Whee! Thank you so much, Wade. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And again, let me know what you guys think about what's happening with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Please continue to write in. Please let me know what you guys think. And let me know whether you guys are going to actually continue to get the vaccine or whether you're skeptical of it. I know many people who have been skeptical. So I'm very curious to hear what they say. And I know people who have been great supporters of the vaccine are continuing to support the vaccine as well. So I'm very curious what you guys all have to say. So go ahead and write it in the comment section below. And I will see you guys this evening for Power Hour Panel Talk. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in.